think all my takes are going to be thrown right out the window, just like a year ago when the actual preseason games start. Just how it always goes. Training camp, Raj, we've been out there at training camp. Has there been anything that you've seen from the offensive unit over the course of 13 practices where you're like, that looks like an offense that the national media is talking about today?
There have been little nibbles. Like, Courtland Sutton looks like year 1 and 2 Courtland Sutton. He just does. He looks thinner. He looks more athletic. He looks faster. He looks dominant. Courtland looks
You really
think
good.
That
right now, just production at training camp, he looks dominant. I think he looks good.
Amongst his peers, I think he looks dominant. Now, if you had him out there alongside CeeDee Lamb or Justin Jefferson,
his peers.
Amongst the wide receiver core plus Evan Ingram.
That at any point, do you think that you've watched a period of practice? We've been out there every day, Raj. Every stinking day, and it's been awesome. And I'm thankful to the Denver Broncos organization, Patrick Smythe and Sean Payton and the Penner organization and George Payton for letting us be out there. But has there been a full period of competitive 11-on-11 football where you would say the starting offense really got the upper hand in that period?
No.
Not even kind of.
No.
So you know what's going to happen? I'll tell you what's going to happen these 3 preseason games. Bo Nix and the starting offense is going to get a quarter of play. And they're going to look awesome. Just like last year, man. I thought the same thing last year. I watched training camp every day, and I'm like, I don't know that Bo Nix is really an NFL plus, we'll say, top half starter in the NFL. He got into the preseason games. It was that game at Indianapolis, and then the home game against Green Bay. You're like, okay.
Yeah, he can do it.
Yeah, he can do it. And that's what Bo's going to look great in the preseason games. And the reason that I feel like my take is going to suck again is because what I've seen, and all I can do is report what I see with my eyes. I can't speculate. A lot of these people that do have these stupid little internet shows, as Sean Payton calls, a lot of people do speculate, oh, that was a great day from Bo in the offense. And I'm sitting there like,
they haven't had one great day. No.
How can you speculate that?
And it's dependent on what's on the other side of the line of scrimmage. And that's a terrifying monster of a defense if you're any one of the other teams in the NFL. And that's the reason why the offense hasn't looked good. You just have to be okay with it.
You know what's funny, Raj, is a year ago when the offense and Bo Nix wasn't necessarily like shredding the defense at any point in time, we didn't know at the time how good the defense was. We still had recent bias of 70 points against the Dolphins.
Yeah, Miami was very, very much still in the rear view. You could see it. It was fading, but you could see it.
And a lot of the same cast of characters were on the field. So you're like, that same defense, Nick Bonito and even Zach Allen, he was on that team. Zach Allen, I don't know if he was healthy or not for that 2023 debacle. Alex Singleton was on that team. I guess the difference, Justin Simmons was on and then not. But a lot of the same cast of characters, the last training camp, you associated with one of the worst days in the history of Denver Broncos franchise defensively.
Zach Allen played in that game, 7 tackles. Jonathan Cooper, Pat Surtain, DJ Jones was in that game. Singleton, Turner Yell. Your safeties were different, right? You had
Simmons,
Kareem Jackson,
K-Jack. Probably just waiting to get ejected and fined. It's probably just, I can't wait till I get fined.
I don't know if Simmons played in that game.
That's right, he did, and that's why, because Turner Yell was the guy that got exposed in that game. It was a Simmons.
Simmons didn't play in that game.
He was injured in that game. Yes, and that's what a big part of why that team had the ball just launched over their head repeatedly is because Deller and Turner Yell. You know what he looked like playing safety back there? He looked like he was a human traffic
70
cone.
points.
He was a traffic cone.
Thinking back to that
Stationary.
game, you go 70 points. That means it was always over the top. There were like 2 plays that felt like they were over the top. You know who they got ruined by? Was the running back core. Mostert and
Devin Achane. Those two guys.
Achane had 203 yards on the ground to go along with 2 touchdowns through the air and 4 receptions for 30 yards.
When I watched that game, I said Devin Achane's going to be the next Walter Payton.
It was unbelievable what Miami did that year.
Right, Raheem Mostert, who's actually not a young player by any stretch of the imagination, Raheem Mostert looked like Jerome Bettis in his prime in that game.
Mostert had 4 combined touchdowns, 3 on the ground. He had 140 yards from scrimmage.
Can you believe that is 2/3 of the starting lineup for that game, that fateful day in South Beach? 2/3 of that roster comprises what you're watching right now.
And again, you think it was always over the top. There were 2 plays that were big-time chunk plays outside, or in terms of the passing game, right? That was the Tyreek Hill touchdown and the Robbie Anderson, or Robbie Chosen, whatever the heck he wants to be called.
He's chosen.
Robbie Chosen.
Alex,
he is chosen to be called Chosen.
He's chosen it himself.
And then you had a 52-yard run from a 4th-string running back in Chris Brooks. And you had a 67-yard gash from Achane at 1.2. It wasn't just Delar or Turner Yell.
Yeah, but I'll tell you this. In the NFL, how many Delarin? It's Delarin, Turner, Yell. Delarin. Sean Payton will correct you if you get it wrong. I've learned that. Corrected somebody about Jaquan McMillan.
Jaquan.
It's Jaquan, just so you know.
Jade,
just so you know.
But I think it's Jade.
There he is.
Jade. He says that with like a little bit of zest.
He's got the acentos on the
Jade.
correct
But I think
syllables.
it's Jade.
Says that like he should be on America's Next Top Model.
This defense from a mere 1 year ago, in terms of the expectations, the narrative, when you were watching training camp a year ago, you had no idea just how heavy the donut was on the bat that Bo Nix was swinging all training camp long. And once you saw him go shake that donut off, and that donut just drops off that bat, felt so freaking light. And I'll tell you, the lightest bat that he swung all year in the regular season, which was terrific for his confidence, for the Broncos' offensive confidence, it was the donutless bat that you swung against the NFC South. How good was that for his confidence? All 3 of those games. Or was it 4 of them?
Now, you don't have as easy of a schedule last year, but you still have a 3rd place schedule, right? Like the Broncos can still take advantage of some lesser opponents.